Hi there, and welcome to The Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. Today, we're gonna make a Pina Colada in the Ninja Foodi cold and hot blender. This is so easy to do. And don't worry if you don't have fresh pineapple, because I am gonna go over some options for you if you need to use frozen pineapple that you bought at the store, or if you have it in a can. So either will work. There's just a few little changes that you need to make. But first, let's get to talking about our ingredients. So I have 2 cups of ice here, 2 tablespoons of sugar, which that is one of the ingredients that you would leave out if you're going to use canned pineapple. You don't need any extra sweetener. I have 2 cups of chunked fresh pineapple, a half of a cup of coconut milk, and 1 cup of coconut rum. Now, you don't have to use the coconut rum. You could certainly use any kind of rum that you like. But I found that this mixture of ingredients made the best pina colada. All right, so let's talk real quick about what can you do if you're using canned fruit. So if you're gonna use canned, chunked, or crushed pineapple, you can omit the sugar, number 1, because it's gonna be plenty sweet. And I would use about 16, I think the cans are 15 ounces. So 15 ounces of the fruit with the pineapple. And I would add maybe another half of a cup of ice to the mix, okay? So those are the changes I would make if you wanted to use canned pineapple. If you were gonna use it frozen from the grocery store, that's fine. I would cut down the ice by about a half of a cup. Okay, those are the changes I would make. I have not tested the recipes that way, but that is just what I would do. All right, so let's put in our ice. Our pineapple chunks. Our sugar. Our coconut milk. And I freeze my coconut milk. So if I'm making a dish and I don't use the whole can of it, I put it in a baggie and I freeze it. That's why there's a couple of frozen parts in this already, because I just got it out of the freezer a few minutes ago. So that's a trick if you don't want to use the whole can, and you don't want to throw it away, obviously. Just throw it in a baggie, label it, and throw it in the freezer until you're ready to use it. And 1 cup of the coconut rum. Now, you could stop here. Don't add in the alcohol and make it a non-alcoholic drink. That would be perfectly fine. But for our recipe today, I'm going to go ahead and add in the coconut rum. And now let's talk about the blender function, because you would think that I would choose frozen drink. That would be my go-to. I'm making a frozen drink, right? It makes sense. However, because I've got these pineapple chunks and I don't want to have bits of pineapple in my drink, I want this to be really super smooth, like it comes out of a daiquiri machine, you know, those pina coladas. So completely smooth and delicious. So instead of the frozen drink, I'm going to use the extract button. We're going to turn the Ninja Foodi on and hit the extract button. All right, let's see how it is. All right, let's go ahead, pour this in. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now let's see if it's got enough ice in it, because I might actually increase the ice in the written recipe just to make it a little icier, but let's see, okay? Let's give it a taste. I don't know, it's pretty good just like that. Wow. I think that is really good. It could even be a tad bit sweeter, believe it or not. So I might go up on the sugar to about 3 tablespoons, but it is smooth and creamy. If you wanted it a little more icy, add in some ice. In fact, you know what? Let's do that right now, okay? All right, another cup of ice, and then let me go ahead and pour this back in. And get the, now this time I'm not going to go under the extract button because I don't need to do all that work. I am simply going to go under the frozen drink button. Perfect. Now if you're using frozen pineapple, you do not need to add the extra ice at all. All right, let's see what we have here. There we go. Looks really good. Yes, there we go. We've got a little bit thicker of a consistency. It's a little bit icier, but still no ice crystals because that's the beauty of this blender. I absolutely love it. Now this makes about 56 ounces, so it's a good pitcher full of pina coladas. You could always cut the recipe down. That's no problem whatsoever. You can't really go any further though than what I've done here. It won't fit in the blender. Now, one of the things about the blender, and I get asked these questions a lot, how do I know which function to push for what I want to make? Well, it's really hard to know because the manual doesn't tell you, unfortunately. So, I mean, you could just play around with it, or you can sign up for my email list and you can get all that information emailed directly to you. I have put together a complete guide to using the blender so that you will know when to add in the various ingredients. So if you're making a soup, but you don't want that ingredient to be really blended well, you can look and see, okay, on the hearty soup function, the last blend cycle is at this timestamp. Then you know to add it right after that. So it's a really informative article and I think that you will really love it. Whether you have the Ninja Foodi cold and hot blender or whether you just are thinking about getting one, it's a really detailed article. So just sign up for the list and I'm gonna link to that right up there. Okay, so just click that link and then it will take you over to my website where you can sign up for any of the groupings of emails that you want to get. But specifically for this, choose the blender. All right, let's give it a taste. It looks amazing. That totally did the trick. It's a little bit colder now, so definitely, it still has a great flavor though, but definitely 3 cups of ice. And that could be just the pineapple that I used, you know, because it is really super ripe pineapple that I have. So maybe it's a little juicier. So if you can use your judgment for sure on the ingredients that you're using and how much ice you use. But I think 3 cups is working just great for this. Cheers.